stopping at the most appropriate time and place. Now that the cloud has stopped at the most appropriate time and place, I want you to drift off that cloud back down, down, down to the surface. It won't be anything sudden, just like a leaf drifting gently out of a tree, back down, down, down to the surface. And as you come back down, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you, or the very first impressions. Are you coming off the cloud yet?
Yes.
It's the very first thing that you notice.
Some cobblestone street. I'm on a cobblestone street. And it's like one of those, small streets in between two buildings.
Tell me more about it. Can you tell what color the cobblestones are?
No, they're like gray and, just regular color, like cobblestones. There's people walking around with horses.
Tell me about these people. What do you sense or feel?
Yeah, they're just working around and they're moving around and like feeding the horses. And I see women carrying some bread. And a lot of hustle and bustle, like I'm in a marketplace or something.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah. Yeah, so like a little like old fat, like everybody's got something to sell. Seems like a lot of laughter.
Oh, really? Tell me about that.
Yeah, people are just talking. I feel like I'm kind of just moving invisible between each of the people's, you know. This one woman is giving bread to this man and they're talking. I don't know what they're talking about, but they're laughing. And another woman has some milk in a glass bottle. And I'm just walking around. It seems like I don't even know what the time period is.
Well, if you bring the focus back to yourself and just focus in on yourself there and just sense down or look down, do you have feet there?
Yes.
How would you describe your feet? What do you feel about them?
They're little, so I feel like I'm a little kid.
Oh, okay. Are you wearing shoes or no shoes?
No shoes.
If you look up the rest of your body, what does it look like you're wearing?
I have a smock on. I have blonde hair. I have blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Got ribbon in my hair, and I have a smock on.
Tell me about your smock. What is a smock like?
Dress with a smock on, and yeah, no shoes. And I'm playing. I'm just running around. I feel happy. Like this is just part of our daily routine. And yeah, it's fun.
Oh, wow. And if you focus in on yourself, do you feel healthy or not?
Yes, I am. I'm
And
happy.
so you said this is part of your daily routine. Tell me more about that. Do you get a sense what your daily routine is there?
It feels like it's like this is what we do, like whether it's a daily or weekly, it's like a market where the town comes together to
Mhm.
help each other, and I see, someone that's got some vegetables and like a horse and a cart with a bunch of hay and bushels of like apples and different types of vegetables. And then another woman that had the glass bottles of milk. And then the woman with the bread. And I'm just, running around and like I'm playing. Um,
Tell me about what you do there. You're playing and running around.
I think I'm playing with some other kids. It feels like we're playing a game,
Um,
hide and seek.
oh, okay. What do these other kids
Yeah.
look like?
There's a boy. I see a boy, and then actually two boys. And we're running. They're chasing me. I'm hiding,
Uh-huh.
laughing. I don't know. Maybe they're my brothers. Like I kind of feel like I know them. They're part of my family.
Oh, okay. And tell me about your family. Can you go to where it is that you live in this place and be there now? What is where you live there like?
It's comfortable. It's like an old cabin feel
Uh-huh.
with a room. It's got a mattress with some like a wooden frame for the bed.
Uh-huh.
A couple of them in there. So I think my two brothers share one, and I have the other one.
Oh, tell me more about your room. What does it look like in there?
Just it's pretty plain. It's just got the two beds. Well, yeah, it's got one for me and one for them, and then it's got a chair. I see a chair, and there is a dresser with
Um,
a dresser. I think maybe a brush. There's a brush or something.
is there anything else of yours in there?
Um, no, I don't really see anything out there, but I hear I think my mom out there, she's with my dad and they're talking. Yeah, she's making dinner. And so I have some books. Yeah, I see there's a little desk kind of by my bed with some books on it.
What sort of books do you notice? Can you read them?
Yeah, no, I can't really see. One almost looks like a journal type
Uh-huh.
book. And then a couple other books. I like to read. I know that. I feel like I like to read.
Uh-huh. Tell me about your meal there. What is your dinner there like?
A stew. Not very exciting. Not my
Oh,
favorite. Not my favorite. But
oh.
yeah, but it's got meat and potatoes. Kind of like a pot roast, but mom puts the cast iron over the fire in this big fireplace.
Mm.
Um, she's got a long dress on
Tell
with
me more about your mom.
like an apron. She's got her hair pulled back. She's got like a bun, blondish hair. And then there's like a long table where we sit down, like bench on each side, where my parents sit on one side and we sit on the other. I sit in the
Will you sit in the middle?
middle of my two brothers. I want to say my two brothers are twins.
Oh, okay.
Twins,
Interesting.
of the same age. same size, same color hair.
What are the conversations like when you have a meal there?
And my dad was asking if we did our chores and what we learned in school. And then my mom would say a prayer. And then pretty much not a lot of talking because daylight was going. Must be in the summer or something. Seems like we had longer light, not light.
Hey, about that.
Yeah, so I mean, because I know it looks like my mom was trying to get candles and lighting ready before it got too dark. And yeah, we would eat, and then we have to go get our pajamas on, which is just like a white, it's like a white dress, brush my hair. No, no, didn't brush my teeth. I guess they didn't have toothbrushes.
Huh.
See anything. We just had soap on the sink in the kitchen. It's weird. No, maybe the
Oh,
bathroom
okay.
outside. Maybe the bathroom's outside. I don't see where we go to the bathroom.
Where do you go to the bathroom? You see?
It's not inside the house.
Oh,
Not inside.
so you brush your teeth. I mean, you not brush your teeth, you brush your hair.
It's like yeah, it was just like a yeah, no wonder their teeth rot. My teeth were rotting.
Are
Uh,
they?
no, it doesn't really feel like it. But I just noticed that there was no place to, and then wash soap. There was this weird feeling soap, like it had uh, sand in it.
Oh,
It's
tell me about this soap. It feels like it has sand in it.
pretty, and I think that's why we had to have it like that, so that it would take the dirt out of our skin.
Oh, what does the soap look like?
It is like a clear, it's like a glycerin type, but it's like a pumice soap.
Oh,
Strange. I don't know how to describe it really.
does it have any smell?
No, no real smell to it. Just something we had to do to get ready for bed when we go to bed.
Anything else you notice?
No, not too much in there. Not in that. It's a very small, simple, simple life. I feel loving, it feels loving, but simple. Not a lot of stuff. Not any electricity. No, I love my mom. Felt safe. Felt safe there.
Feel safe there?
Felt safe there. Yes. My mom and dad seem like they love each other.
Oh,
My brothers make me laugh.
they make each other laugh?
They make me laugh.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, they're cutting up like when we're trying to go to sleep. They're making me laugh.
Mm.
Yeah, they're funny. I keep telling them to be quiet. We're gonna get in trouble.
Tell me about your brothers.
They just make me laugh. They're older.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're older than me. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest, so I don't know, maybe I think I'm probably feel like I'm like 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
I think they're, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, but they cut up all the time. And mom comes in and tells us to be quiet and not quiet. And we laugh and they're laughing, and then I'm getting mad at them, telling them to stop talking. Um,
And so, how do you spend your days?
I want to go to sleep and they won't be quiet. Um, but yeah, it feels very loving, very no drama, hardworking. Like we just get up, and I think that's what we did. Just get up and get dressed, and mom would go to the market after, and then we'd go to school.
And tell me about your school. What's your school like?
Um, I can't really see anything specific about the school. I just feel like I went there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there anything else that looks interesting or important about what you're looking at?
No, not there. No.
Okay, let's leave that scene and let's move ahead in time in that same lifetime to where something important is happening and be there now. What do you notice now?
I'm getting married.
Oh, tell me about that.
Yeah. Um, I've got my mom's wedding dress. She's all excited. And we're like in this field where the wedding was going to be. So we got neighbors and people with their carts, like where the horses would draw the carts, or the horse and carts. It was almost like in a circle. And in this lacy dress, the flowers, carrying flowers. My hair is long, blonde, and curly. And I'm happy. And I walk out in the middle of this field, and all the people are surrounding us like in a circle. It's not like walking down the aisle or something.
Wow, they're all in a circle. Tell me more about that.
Neighbors and all the people from the town, I guess, several people, they're celebrating us, like encircling me and my husband. He's taller than me. He's got dark hair.
Have
Yeah,
you,
I mean, he's smiling. He's got a beautiful smile, which is what I liked about him.
oh, how do you feel about him?
I like him. I love him.
Oh,
Really happy. Known him for all my life. And so we're getting married today. So the town is celebrating us. And then there's a minister there that's in the middle with us. And I guess we're doing our vows. Mm.
tell me more.
Yeah. I feel like I'm crying, like happy cry.
Oh,
Very grateful that he's such a wonderful man and I get to be with him.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's a happy day.
It's wonderful. Anything else you notice about your wedding that stands out to you?
Yeah, everybody's clapping, and then they start playing music, violins, everybody's kind of dancing around in this circle. around and around. They kind of circle us, keep going around and around.
Oh, and
Yeah,
you said,
they're dancing, and after we say, our vows, and they pronounce us husband and wife. I guess it's the way we were celebrated. Lots of food. But then there was a place where they had food, lots of food, homemade pies, and um, breads, jugs of wine. Yeah, I was happy. Everybody
where's where's the food?
on a table with like this checkered tablecloth.
Oh,
Mm,
lots of wine, lots of food.
that's food. Yeah. And we're just going around talking to everybody, dancing. I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat anything. Too nervous, too excited.
You
Yeah.
said there were like
Any,
music? Go ahead.
just I don't see like, like any meat, like just lots of vegetables, pies, fruit. Huh, no meat.
What else do you notice?
Mm. This is a small town. It's like, well, it's almost like we were in the country, like outside of like the cobblestone streets. Like it's like when we went to the market, we'd have to travel there, you know.
How'd
Um,
you get there?
there we were. It's not where we lived. I think we lived out in the country place because it feels very rural.
Did
Um,
you do you know how you travel?
yeah, by the horse and buggy, like with the carts, and it was an open cart. We'd sit either in the back as kids or sit up front guiding the horses. And that's how we transport like the goods to town and stuff.
Oh, and in the country, what does it look like there? Like where you're having your wedding and everybody's in the circle. What does it look like?
It's just a bunch of houses, like these hut type houses. Like they're not huts, but I mean they have like mud. It's like mud and some wood, um, rustic,
Hmm.
not log cabiny, like it's more like wood and mud and simple, like one 2 room type houses.
What does it look like the roof is made out of?
It looks like it's almost like a straw, you know, um, mud and straw, which is weird. I don't know.
And so around you, you see these little houses.
Yeah, that's where it's the town where we live.
Oh, what
Um,
else do you notice about the town? How else would you describe it?
yeah, just kind of basic, nothing really to it. I don't see anything. I see one road and I see, the houses that are kind of next to each other,
Huh?
each side. And
Well, you said the wedding is kind of in the country where you live. What
yeah, it
is that?
was in a field. It was like in
Oh,
a field.
field.
So
Oh,
yeah, so it's like we must be in some remote country where there's like one road. And then we had the houses and we'd go like maybe to the area. Feels like a field area where the whole town would kind of gather
oh,
for announcements. you know. Seems like there was this man that was like maybe like the mayor or something. He was the one that married us.
Oh, I see.
Tom is my husband's name.
Oh, I see. Do you know what your name is there?
Mary. My name's Mary.
Oh, oh, that's wonderful. Hmm. What'd you say?
I'm 28.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Pregnant now. So I feel pregnant. So it's been some time since we got married. And now I'm pregnant.
Oh, tell me about that. You're pregnant? What?
We're really excited.
How do you spend your days now?
Working. Yeah. Going to market with my mom. She's teaching me how to cook, you know, make the pies and the pot roast or the stews. Um, Lots of sewing. Seems like we were embroidering napkins or something to sell too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
And
you
then,
spend, go ahead.
yeah, I'm just resting a lot because I'm tired because I'm pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm scared about having the baby.
Oh, why?
'Cause I've heard other women have babies and they scream and yell from the pain. So I'm scared. I don't want to have the pain.
Mm.
My mom's comforting me. Her name's Sheila. Why that came up, Sheila?
Tell me more.
So yeah, I just feel like I'm resting a lot because I'm tired. Must not be too far away by the time I have the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing as much. And
And your mom teaches you how to cook and everything.
yeah, and then uh, something's not right. I feel like something's not right with the baby.
Tell me more about that.
I don't know if I want to tell you.
What
No,
are you?
something's not right. I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like something's not right. And I'm really scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I go into labor and the baby won't come. It's turned. It's not coming out right. It's not in the right position. I'm in so much pain.
Tell me more. What else do you notice?
Tom is there, my husband, my mom, and some other women. I don't know what happens, but I'm in so much pain right now, and the baby's not coming. It goes on, it feels like forever.
Mm-hmm.
The midwife, she starts pushing on my stomach. I think she's trying to turn the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, the baby finally comes, but it's dead. Died.
Oh,
Died. Oh yeah, cord got wrapped around its neck.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little boy,
Mm-hmm.
Joshua.
What do you do when this happens?
My mom wraps him up, takes him away. Uh, I'm there. I'm too much in pain. I can't focus right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm asking for my baby, and they won't bring him to me.
Oh, I see. Were you not aware that he didn't make it?
Yeah, but I still wanted to see him. So
Um,
I told him,
did you get a chance?
I took him away. I took him away. They buried him. A couple of days later, when I was able to get up, the town came out and we had a funeral for him.
Were you ever able to see him?
I should have been able to hold him. See, they wouldn't let me. They said it wasn't good for me.
How did that make you feel?
I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I was ever the same after that.
Tell me about that. How did this affect you?
Uh, just, I was grieving, depressed. I felt like I lost everything. I had no more joy. That little girl that was running around laughing, I didn't know where she was anymore.
So you felt depressed and no joy anymore after that.
Uh, it just seems like I didn't even want to be close to anybody. I didn't want to be close to my husband. Pulled away. Never had any more children.
No, you didn't.
I'm old.
So
I'm old now. By myself.
you what?
I'm old now. I'm by myself.
Tell me about what's happening now. What do you notice?
I don't know. My husband's not there. I don't know if something happened to him or if he left me. I don't know. I'm just gray haired, like I'm a spinster or
How do
something.
you how do you spend your time now?
I'm sewing a lot, making stuff for the town, helping people with stuff. Still going to the markets and stuff, but don't feel like I'm really much of service after my little boy died. I just didn't want to go.
Oh, see,
So I just felt like I lived my life very lonely. I died by myself.
by yourself? Tell me about that.
I died in my sleep in my little house, husband's house.
Did you notice when you passed? What did you notice when your soul left the body?
I finally felt freer. Finally felt back to normal. I shut off everything. Now I
When you
was
were
was free.
What did you notice when you were free and finally felt back to normal?
Oh, yeah, I felt like I was just soaring. I could go anywhere I wanted.
Oh, tell me.
Flying around, free, felt out of my body. I was going everywhere. I was going to different planets, going all over the place, zooming around. Yeah, in the mountains one day, beach another day, different countries, different people. I felt like I didn't want to go back to the lifetimes again. I just wanted to stay free.
What was it like when you saw the other planets?
Oh, it was really cool. I love that. There's so much diversity. Yeah, some bad, some wonderful, but it was just this dichotomy of, you know, good and evil.
How did you travel there?
Why did I travel there?
How?
I don't know, just I guess my soul was just traveling there because I could see different things.
Wow.
Saw, darkness. Some places were just cold and dark, the planets where there was life there, but not much. And then I would travel to sunny, beautiful places that were thriving.
Were there any that looked really interesting to you?
I don't know if it was just, I don't know what the planet was, but, it just looked like Earth, you know, mountains, beaches, forests. I liked all the different things. Didn't like the cold. I liked
After,
I liked being able to go anywhere and do anything.
Mhm. So you felt free and finally back to normal. Now that you're on the other side of that lifetime and can see it from a different perspective now, do you get a sense as to what the lesson was that you were trying to learn in that life?
I don't know. I was so happy. And I let one incident, that one loss, spent years of my life in fear and depression because I couldn't get over that one loss. And that's not the way it should be. You
Now
know,
that you can see it from, go ahead.
it's a time for grieving, but the grieving needs to heal. We have to heal. We can't stay in our depression. We have to do what we can to learn the lesson and get back to our spirits to be joyful. We're supposed to be joyful. Our lives are supposed to be lived with joy and love, and things make us sad and we use our emotions, but we're supposed to not stay in them.
Now that you could see that life from a different perspective, how do you think you should have handled it differently then?
I push people away that were trying to help me, and I just didn't want to let them go. I thought that if I just stayed depressed, it would bring them back somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I think I pushed my husband away. he traveled. I think he was gone a lot. I think we were still married, but I didn't talk much and withdrew. I don't even think we were intimate again after that.
And you said that the grief was there, but that it wasn't something you should have stayed in, and that
We're not
the people.
we're not supposed to stay in the grief.
Well, what do you wish you had done differently? If how would you have not stayed in that grief then?
I would have accepted the help from other people. I would have talked about it. I never wanted to talk about him. People would bring it up or something, and I wouldn't let them talk about it. And I didn't have a chance to talk about it.
What
And
would have happened? But
I would have done more of that. I would have, you know, tried again to have another baby, but I was afraid of I didn't want to go through the trauma again. I was too afraid. I let fear ruin that lifetime.
oh,
I was only 28, and I was miserable after that for the rest of my life. I died at 76.
was there any other purpose for that lifetime that you notice now?
Yeah, well, my lesson was, you know, that we can't let fear stop us from being our best selves. I could have gone on. I was healthy. I was healthy. I could have had more babies. Other women had gone through miscarriages and had 6 and 7 children. You know, they were trying to tell me I could have more children, and I was too afraid. I think it would have been different had I been able to hold him and see him.
Tell me about that. Do you think it would have been different?
Yeah, I would have, I don't know if it'd have been different with respect to, but I felt like this loss that I never could even see. It just came out of me, and when they knew it was stillborn, and I was in so much pain, but I wanted to see him, and they took him away. They thought it would be worse if I saw him. I wanted to hold him, even if he was not alive. I wanted to hold him.
Right?
They took him away.
Did you ever reunite with him after you left your body?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't think so.
So just drift and float away from that lifetime, leaving that person there to continue on their journey. I was like all the consciousness and personality of Terry to return and integrate back into the body. Can I please speak with Terry's higher self now, please? Do I have permission to speak with Terry's higher self?
Yes.
I respect the power of the higher self because I know you take care of Terry's body and you could do a very good job of this. I also know you have the records of everything that has ever happened to her in this lifetime and any other lifetime she has ever lived. So I respect the power of the higher self and always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know you could have shown her many different lifetimes for her to see today, but why did you show her this lifetime? What did you want her to understand?
Can't let fear stop you from being your highest self. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. You have all the gifts.
can she stop letting fear stop her? How can she stop that?
Just be willing to let it go. All the past fears, all the past traumas. You've got to just live life, and this is a wonderful lifetime. And the purpose of our lives are to be our best selves and to give to others and be of maximum service to others with unconditional love and acceptance. And you have to do that for yourself too. You have to be able to love yourself unconditionally and leverage the power of your inner self, not the ego self, not what's going on the outside, not worrying what other people think or say about you. They don't know. They're living their own fears and their own anxieties.
Beautiful. Well, how can she release and let this go? Because you said she needs to be willing to let it go. Well, how? How does she go about doing that?
She just has to be willing to do it. She has to ask. All she has to do is ask, and we'll remove it.
Is she willing to release it now that she got the message and she saw that lifetime and saw what it did in that other lifetime? Is she willing now?
Yes.
Can you release it for her now?
Yes, I'm releasing it for her now.
What are you doing to do that?
Just taking the fear away, showing her how amazing she truly is.
Oh, tell me about that.
She is a bright star and a bright spirit, and she is not letting her light shine. It's almost like she thinks that if she shines too brightly, that other people will be upset, and that she diminishes her own light so that other people won't be jealous, which is why she's accomplished so much without the effort, because she's got the power of the universe behind her. But she feels like she needs to effort more because she doesn't deserve it, because she didn't work too hard for it. Like she didn't do all the right things, all the exact same things. So instead of leveraging the power of the universal forces that she has within her, which everybody has, and focusing on leveraging that more, she's focusing more on efforting, having to do the effort to deserve the success. Well, she deserves the success, irrespective, because all human beings deserve everything that they desire. It's they that keep it from them. It's they that block it from them. People choose to be unhappy. People choose to be poor. They may not be conscious of it, but it's the truth. We of higher consciousness always provide. But if you're blocking us, we can't help you. She wants to effort too much. She wants to prove that she's doing all the right things to earn the accolades, but she's already doing all the right things. She would never have been able to get to where she was had she not been doing the right things. She is making excellent income, and she's able to turn these around, but she's too focused on that she doesn't deserve it.
Wow, what do you want to tell her about this?
That she can choose to do all the effort that she wants, but the reality is that you can do the effort or you can just do the action and expect the positive results. You don't have to beat yourself up or beat herself up because she's not doing what she thinks everybody else had to do.
How
She's
could she,
she's gifted. She's very gifted. She doesn't
how,
see this.
how can she stop this pattern? How could she stop and um and doubt herself so much and beat herself up and say that she doesn't deserve it without this efforting? Like, how can she change?
She has to just be willing to focus on the good side of her, to get rid of the side that keeps beating herself up. She's going back and forth. So as soon as she starts gaining momentum, she starts doubting herself and it goes right back. So she goes 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And then she starts doubting herself and goes another step back. Where all she'd have to do is take 3 steps forward and another step forward, another step forward, another step forward. She doesn't need to take the steps back. But every time she doubts herself, every time she doesn't think she's worth it, every time she feels like she's not attractive, every time she says anything negative about herself, she's taking the step backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, now that she got that message and she understands that she needs to be willing to accept herself, be willing to say good things about herself. You said if she takes like 3 steps forward and then one more step forward, would this be enough to
Yeah,
change this?
yes. She would start gaining momentum and things would come her way easier. She's had plenty of things come her way. She knows. She knows what she's accomplished. She knows that she can have everything her heart desires. She knows it intellectually and she knows it emotionally, but she blocks herself. And when you have opposites pulling against each other, we can't come in. We can't come in and give her the strength. We can't come in and give her the enthusiasm because she's too in her ego self and the fear.
Wow. So it's really hurting her a lot when she's doubting herself, saying these things about herself.
This is everybody's problem. This is human beings' problem. Human beings do this to themselves all the time. Every one of them. Every human being can have. There's no need for suffering. There's no need for shortage of anything. This world is abundant. This planet is abundant. People limit themselves and they see their culture or they see their environment or they see their household and they take on the belief that they have to also suffer and be poor. But sometimes they don't know any different, but they want different and they can have different. Circumstances or people or situations don't limit a human being.
Well, what kind of advice would you give a human then? Like, how could a person reach past that or
They have to,
create?
they have to first of all acknowledge their worthiness to receive. If they don't feel worthy to receive and they don't feel that they're powerful and they're a spiritual being first, we can't get through. So,
Wow.
so they have to be willing. They have to be willing at least to want to know that they are worthy. and we can come in. It's just a crack. We just need a little bit. The light can get through. Doesn't have to be one giant step. It can be little baby steps and give little miracles along the way.
What do you advise Terry to do so she can start doing this? How can she feel more worthy and accepting of her gifts?
She needs to start staying consistent and connecting with us. When she connects with us on a daily basis, we remind her. But when she doesn't, we can't get in. She's already started her day and she's too busy. She gets too busy and we can't communicate with her. So she has to pause and start the day asking for us to help her, asking for us to remind her that she's worthy, remind her that she's lovable, remind her she has nothing to fear.
And how do you want her to connect with you? You said in the morning you want her to connect with you. What is the best?
Has to do before momentum starts the day. And then periodically throughout the day is helpful to take a break and to pause and to ask for help or ask for guidance. Most people power through, they get busy and they power through their day, rushing, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with everything that people are doing, trying to make sure that they're climbing to the top of the heap. And they forget it doesn't have to be that hard. We'll help. There's an army of resources to help. But she's got to stop. She's got to be willing to spend time with us in communion and with the consciousness that we are.
How would you like her to do that?
It's best if she did it at meditation, best to do it in the morning before time gets away,
Mm-hmm.
before the day gets started too much. And by that time, momentum's already set in. It's hard to slow. It's like a train leaving the station. The train starts off slow. It's easier to jump on. Once it starts gaining momentum, it's hard to slow down to get her to realize what's happening until she goes to bed and wakes up the next day. That's the beauty of a human being is we have every day can be a new day. Nothing has to be the same as it was the day before. But because we as human beings think that we have to have the day that we had the day before, we don't think anything can change because all we're doing is observing what's in front of us. And we see the impossibilities and not the possibilities.
I see. Okay. So you literally could change by seeing the possibilities then?
Anybody can change in a nanosecond. A nanosecond.
Well, okay, how can she?
Higher consciousness can give anybody the desires of their heart if they're willing to ask and they're willing to put one foot in front of the other and believe in themselves and believe in us that we're guiding them in the right direction. But most of the time, the chaos of the world is distracting. And so people focus on what's going on the outside versus what's going on the inside, which is where we are.
How can she feel her best? What kind of practices could she do to feel her best?
Meditation. She needs to do meditation. She needs to be in meditation. Yoga would be helpful to stretch. It's a form of meditation. More exercise to get body movement, enjoying more fresh air outside, spirit. That's where spirit lives, in nature.
Okay. If she does these things, will she feel good?
Yes. She needs to be around people. She needs to be around more people.
How can she do that?
She's a people person. She's in front of her computer too much. She's got plenty of opportunity to be in front of people. She just needs to do it.
Well, she was thinking if she could do anything, she would love to be a speaker. What do you want to tell her about this?
Yeah, she'd be an excellent speaker.
Well, is there anything getting in the way of that? Why isn't she doing that?
Everything that's getting in the way is the unworthiness and the fear that she has to work, work, work. We will inspire her. We will inspire her and give her direction on what she needs to do, because we can't give her everything right now. Otherwise, she wouldn't believe us. She wouldn't believe us if we told her what her capabilities are and what was in store for her.
Oh, tell me about that.
She wouldn't believe us. She wouldn't believe that she would be traveling around the world and speaking to high level spiritual people and being able to work with predominant people in the industries that she enjoys. She wouldn't believe us if we told her right now. And that would create more doubt, because she would try to figure out how it was going to happen. And so if she would just sit in meditation and sit with us on a daily basis, we would give her inspiration and inspire her to take one step and then the next step and then the next step until she got momentum, and we would guide her in the direction that she needed to go. We don't want to tell her what's in front of her, otherwise she won't believe it.
Oh,
She'll try to figure it all out, and that's not how it works for her or anybody else. If we were to tell her, she would be sitting here just trying, and that's not possible. And she'd be in more doubt. So the best we can offer is for her to sit with us, and we will promise her, if she does that, she will be guided in the direction she needs to go with no fear, because she will rely on us, not on what she thinks. She keeps going back to the same old patterns, same old thing over and over and over again, because her mind is trapped in the same pattern. And every human being's like that when they don't
well,
connect with us.
she's aware of this now. She's gotten the message about these patterns. Can you go through her mind and release these patterns now that she got the
Yes,
awareness?
yes, they've been released.
Okay, will she notice a difference?
Yes, she's going to notice a big difference.
Okay.
She's going to feel differently.
Well, do you want her to stay in sales?
She can. She will always be in sales in some degree, whether she's working for this company or whether she's working in her own business. Her fears will not go away, whether she is in her own business or whether she's in what she's doing now. She has to overcome the lack of worthiness, irrespective. For her, she has to believe in us and have the confidence that we are guiding her in the right direction.
What is the very root cause of her fear? Where does it come from?
It comes from many lifetimes of not getting what she wanted, being rejected, being killed in lifetimes, losing her baby. Rejection is just a form of fear of unworthiness. It's just another name. It's just another
Does
name people give it.
does she need to carry this over since it's from other lifetimes? That's where it originates. So she,
Stop. It needs to stop now. And it
okay,
can't.
well, she,
I'm releasing it for her now.
thank you. What are you doing to release that?
I'm just telling her that I'm releasing it and that she's not going to carry it anymore. She's not going to carry any guilt from any past lifetimes, anything that she's done. It's taken. She's got too many gifts, and we have a grander purpose for her that when she's aware of, she will know what we're talking about.
Can you tell me her greater purpose?
Yeah, her greater purpose is to share her experience and her gifts with others so that they can find the value within themselves.
Well, that's amazing. What's the best way for her to share her purpose with others?
Well, she's doing it right now. She's willing. She's willing to let it go. She's willing to take the right steps. She's doing everything she can right now.
Please. Um, well, how can she be excited about calling people?
Well, we're just going to tell her she's going to love it because she's a people person. She loves calling people. She loves people. It's strange, why she would fear this rejection, but that's the human nature. That's when we're in fear. When human beings are in fear, that's what they do. They name it fear of rejection, unworthiness. You can name it whatever you want. But when you believe in us and you believe in higher consciousness and you believe in the spiritual nature of things, we're all connected. She loves other human beings and she has the gift of sense when other beings are having a bad day. She doesn't need to take it personally. Before, she might have taken it personally. Someone hung up on her or was rude to her, said that they didn't need what she had. She felt that she couldn't help and she was being rejected. Now, she doesn't need to feel that way. She's spreading her love. She's spreading her energy to everybody she talks to, whether she's on the phone, whether she's selling anything, whether she's going to the grocery store or talking to a neighbor. She is a bright, shining light. And when she's in our consciousness and when she's aware and connected with us, her light shines brightly and she attracts all the people around her that need what she has. And her gifts go far beyond what she can even see right now, which is why we're not telling her.
Um, okay. Can you do a body scan on her and scan her body and look deep into her body? How does her body look?
Yeah, she's very negative. She's got a very negative self-image of her body.
What do you want to tell her about this?
Beautiful. She's beautiful. She's got a perfect body. It's working very well. We're going to relieve her of the sleep apnea.
Oh, thank you.
And her eyes will get better.
Well, what was going on with her eyes?
Pollen, lack of sleep, and she does need to get some different eyeglasses and stuff to help, but we're even going to improve that. She might not even need glasses at all.
Tell me about that.
We're going to heal her of it.
Thank you.
She's going to be healed. Her eyesight will be perfect 2020.
Do you promise this for her?
We promise.
She will really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. She is worthy. We will show her she is worthy. We will show her in dramatic ways, although we've been showing her all through her lifetime. And she connects with us, what happens, what she's able to do and accomplish.
What is the very root cause of a deviated septum?
Trauma in a past life.
Oh,
Yeah, she was in a war, got punched in the face.
but does she need this in her current lifetime for any reason?
No.
Can you release this for her? Heal it for her then, since it's not from this life.
We heal from it.
What are you doing to do that?
We're focusing positive energy and light on these areas.
Is she feeling or sensing anything as you do that?
Tingling.
Can I keep talking to you while you're working on her? What is the very root cause of her headaches and brain fog?
Lack of sleep.
Oh, but you fixed the sleep apnea for her?
Yes.
Is there anything getting in the way of her?
She will have a perfect night's sleep tonight.
Oh, thank you. What about moving forward? How will her sleep be?
And good. She doesn't need any surgery or machines. She will be fine.
Thank you for that. How does the rest of her body look?
Very good. She needs to stop eating sugar, so much sugar. Sugar is not good for the body. That would be helpful.
What would she notice if she stopped eating sugar?
More energy, and overall feeling healthier. Sugar slows down the metabolism. Sugar creates brain fog. Sugar might be affecting her sleep.
Do you have any advice on how she can cut back on sugar?
Yeah, she's going to have to just stop altogether, unfortunately. No easy way to just kind of pull the Band-Aid off. Easier as opposed to trying to cut down. It'd be easier just to say no sugar.
Are there any other benefits that she'll notice if she just cuts it out?
She'll lose weight. She'll lose about 10 pounds right off the bat, probably in the first 30 days, 45 days. Inflammation in her body will be significantly reduced. She'll feel more energetic.
Okay, great. And when do you want her to start doing this?
She can start doing it, after her daughter's surgery.
Okay. Can you help her when she does?
Yes. We will help her.
Can you scan her daughter? It's the very root cause of her degenerative jaw joints. What's going on with her jaw? Can you scan her daughter?
Yeah, she had a trauma.
Is there purpose or lesson?
Yeah, she's got a lot of anxiety.
Where does that originate?
From her childhood, from past lives. She's never resolved it. She hasn't done the work yet.
What specific work would help her best with this anxiety?
Same, connecting with her higher power, connecting with her spirit. She needs to connect with her higher consciousness, her guardian angels, her people.
Does she need the anxiety for any reason in her current lifetime?
No, it's just suffering. It's all based on fear, which creates a physical reaction. Everything wrong with her body has been based on anxiety and fear. And the body does not do well when under constant fear and chronic stress, it starts falling apart. This is just another version of the anxiety.
Okay. From where you are, could you release this anxiety from her and heal her?
Yes, I'm going to help her release the anxiety. She's going to have to be willing to receive it.
What do you suggest when it comes to that?
She'll have to be willing to want to be better.
Is there anything that Terry can do to help her with
She'll have to
this?
be willing to take some steps.
Okay, what sort of steps?
Terry can just love her where she's at and guide and direct her. Terry can't help her when she's in her own fear. So Terry has to be out of her fear. She has to go to us so that we can help her. Unfortunately, we cannot heal her without her willingness and her knowledge and asking for healing.
Okay, is that all she needs to do is just acknowledge and ask?
She has to ask for the healing to her spiritual, well, she is spiritually connected. And Terry can talk to her about her doing that.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Taking the time in meditation and prayer.
If you send the healing right now and she accepts it, what will she notice?
Less pain, more energy, more belief in herself, less fear of unworthiness. She is healed if she asks.
Okay. Wonderful. Let's see. Why does Terry feel a connection to France and Europe?
Many past lives. She's had many past lives.
Does it benefit her? Go ahead.
No, she's had many past lives in that area, all through France, all through the ages. She loves that country. She feels connected there. That's why she has an affinity. Her soul, her spirit, because of all the different lifetimes over there, is why she feels so connected. Not
What was
one
the
lifetime better or worse than another, just different. She's at her highest level now, not many more lifetimes left. If at all, this might be her last. She has developed her consciousness. to a very high level. She is very aware. Most people aren't as conscious.
What'd you say?
So they don't, most people are not as conscious. So when she can see something and they can't see it, it's very frustrating for them.
What do you want to tell her about this?
She has to accept that everybody's on their own journey and she can help guide and direct, but she can't dictate. That's why she comes as a teacher. She's in this lifetime to be a teacher. We will guide and direct her to the next steps.
Wow. Okay.
Sometimes it can be as little as being with one person or 1,000. But her gifts will be given to many. She will not believe. She will not believe it if we tell her. So we just can't tell her. We have to guide her. Her dreams are too big, and the outcome is too big.
Why did she incarnate here and not Europe for this life?
Different generation, different learning experience. She had to come through and experience a lifetime of pain and suffering as an addict, as an alcoholic, so that she was forced to heal because the pain was so immense. And she knew otherwise. She knew that she wasn't supposed to be suffering. So she kept drinking and using anything she could to alleviate the disconnection she had from us. She was connected as a child and slowly and surely was trained to go against her belief in her connection. And the pain became too great. And she had to find anything and anybody in a human being or in a bottle to ease her suffering and to make it feel like she was connected to us again and release the resistance that kept building over the years. This was the best lifetime and the best place for her to do that.
Wow. What about her guardian angels? Who are they?
Megan, Lauren are her two. She has many, but those are the two that stay by her that she can call on at any time. They will help her.
What about her children? Kennedy.
Brad. It's her guardian angel. His name is Brad. She has a male guardian angel. And then there's a Susan for Rachel. That's all I'm seeing so far.
When she was in that lifetime with the Hutts and lost her baby, where was that in the world? Can you see if you look at a map?
It's in France. That was outside of Montpellier, which is a city in France.
You know what time period it was?
Late 1800s.
Is there anything else that would help her to know about her lifetimes in Europe and France?
The best thing that she can do right now is to understand and validate that, yes, in fact, she has a love and passion for those areas because of all the lessons that she has learned there.
Oh,
It's never good for us to go back in back lessons because she's here in the present moment now. And she's gained consciousness and wisdom through each lifetime. So for us to tell her what her lessons were 20 lifetimes ago brings no value.
Right. What lessons is she learning now that that you want to tell her about that maybe she's not aware?
Well, her lesson is basically to be the fullest version of herself that she can be and to release this fear of rejection and the unworthiness that she carries so that she can be the fullest version of herself that she can be and that we can leverage her to the best of her abilities, which until she connects with us, we are unable to do. So the power is within her right now. She has it. She just has to take the time to connect and realize how important that connection is, and that we will give her the guidance and that we promise to give her everything she needs. And she will experience love and joy like she's never known before when she connects to us, the spiritual energy.
Beautiful. And she is curious about a relationship. Why has she not had a relationship? And is it in her?
Everything evolves around her fears. And 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. She wants a relationship, but she doesn't want to share. She wants a relationship, but she doesn't want to live with somebody. It's the 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. So she has to be willing to see the value of a partnership. And she has to know that it won't be the same version that it used to be. Her fears of previous relationships hold her back. Just like her fear of rejection and talking to people on the phone. She's going based and she's making decisions today based on experiences that she had in the past.
Okay, so what do you want her to do then? What do you want her to understand?
She needs to let go of all the experiences she has had in the past because there's no value in looking back.
Can she do that now?
Yes. I'm relieving her of her past insecurities. And she will know what they are. She will know she's healed them, but she will no longer carry them. And that's the difference. She's still looking back on a situation that might have happened 10 years ago when she made a phone call, or maybe a customer yelled at her. And so now she's carrying that same situation into every situation as a potential option. And what she needs to understand is that she has the strength in her now that even if it did happen, she's not going to be as infected as she was 10 years ago. She has done the work, she has done the healing, and she is conscious enough to know that it's about moving forward. There's no value ever in looking back into past trauma other than to recognize the value and how it's going to work in this lifetime.
Wow. Okay. Is she aware of this now?
She is aware.
Thank you for that. So is there something you want her to do to find a relationship?
Nothing specific that she needs to do. It will come to her when she releases the expectations that she has to do something.
Okay. Oh,
Energy, the right energetic being will be drawn to her when she's in her power space. She does not want to attract somebody in the space that she has been in because she will only attract fearful energy because
hey.
So it's been good that she's not been attracted to anybody because she would not have picked the right person because she would have been doing it from a different place. Now that we've healed and we've pulled all that from her, she will shine differently and she will attract differently and it will come to her. She does not need to do any work. People don't realize that they don't have to do the work. The universe does the work.
Thank you for that. It's very helpful. Is there any, oh, how does the healing look on her? How does her body look? Can you scan her body again?
Yes, it's going to be healed. It might take a little bit of time, but it's going in the right direction.
How long will it take?
Her eyes will be better pretty immediately. Um, she'll start feeling relief from the sleep within a couple of days.
Thank you. Anything else you want to tell her about anything at all that I didn't ask?
We are just going to remind her that we are here and that she just needs to connect and ask us to come in. She knows. She knows us. She just doesn't connect with us. There's great things in store for her. This lifetime has so much more to live for her. She's got a lot more to go and experience. She'll live to a very old age and a healthy age. And her children will gain from her mother's wisdom.
Beautiful. Do you have any final messages?
Thank you for letting us talk to her. Thank you for asking. Remember, you have to ask to get and to receive. We give everybody the freedom of self-will. So if we don't have permission, we cannot enter. Thank you for asking for permission. And we have done our work, and she will be healed, and she will see the value of it.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to ask the